What's good, YouTube? It's your boy FantaSZN, aka Fanta, and if you're an OG, you might even know me as Imagine Slaying. And today I'm coming at you boys with a long-awaited dribble tutorial. Now I know it's already been 5-6 days, could be 4 or 5, not sure when this video is gonna get out, but I know it's been 4 days already, and I told you guys I'd be posting more consistently than that. I apologize, my editor had finals exams or something like that, but that doesn't mean that I haven't been grinding. I've been live every single day, 12 hours plus on both platforms, twitch.tv/Fanta and youtube.com/FantaSZN. Obviously, if you guys are already on YouTube and you're watching this, make sure you guys just click on the channel, turn on post notifications. The daily streams will continue on YouTube, don't you worry. But that being said, I have plenty of more contents to come. I have new jump shot videos to give you guys, huge win streaks. I have content with Cash Nasty. We also went on streaks with him. I have wagers that I've done. I have so much in stock for you guys, and it's only been 2 weeks of the game being out. So let alone how much content I'm going to have coming for you guys all year long. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you guys check out my last Sigs video. Put on my Sigs if you can. Try to mix and match them. I showed in that tutorial exactly what Sig does what. If you have Sigs that you already like using and you don't want to completely change them to mine, that's perfectly fine. But for this dribble tutorial to make the most sense, if you're trying to mimic exactly what I'm doing, I do advise you to go put on those Sigs. I'll put the link in the description. I'll have Bodak put it up on the screen. Make sure you guys go watch this video right here before you watch this for it to make the most sense. Wait. Before you guys get into this dribble tutorial, sorry, it completely crossed my mind. Turn off passive dribbling. Now, what this does is it automatically makes the ball just slightly go to the opposite ball hand. It still happens regardless of if you turn it off, but it will make this significantly easier, and dribbling in NBA 2K25 in general, it makes it a lot easier by not randomly switching the ball hand. Let's get straight into all these moves and all these combos and how I do them. As you guys can see, the controller is right here. Anything I do with these sticks, you guys can see. All right, so the format that we're gonna be doing this video in is we're gonna be going over basic combos, aggressive combos, in order, by the way. Basic combos, aggressive combos, the best speed boost animations, simple combos to set up those speed boosts, show you guys how to spam your behind the back, show you guys how to L2 cancel, and lastly, I'm going to show you guys just, I guess you could say, advanced combos. Now, as you guys can see, I am going to be using the PlayStation controller, the PS4 controller, just because it is a lot better for you guys to look at visually. The P5 controllers are darker, so bear with me. Another thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is that my L2 and L1 are swapped. If you go into your controller settings and go to this, you could turn this on and you could swap your L2 and your L1. I'm on a new PlayStation, so I'm doing it for myself for the first time. But yes, if you guys are looking at the tutorial and you see me tapping L2 or holding L2 when I'm telling you about the L2 cancel later on, that is why. All right, let's get straight into these basic combos. Flick up without holding R2, you're gonna be getting this animation. I personally don't really use this move. It's decent, you get a fast speed boost out of it, but it's super slow in my opinion. But yeah, that's gonna happen if you flick up. If you flick right, you're gonna get your normal cross. Same ball hand, you're gonna get this little pause. You can also speed boost out of that. I personally don't like that either. For your step back, if you flick down without R2, you're just gonna get this little walk back animation. You can also speed boost out of that. I personally don't suggest it. And now let's get into our aggressive moves. If you hold R2 and you flick up, you're gonna get your aggressive combo. If you flick down, you're gonna get your step back. If you flick to the same ball hand, which is Chris Paul, I do think that it's important that you guys have Chris Paul hesitation on, just because I'll show you guys that this speed boost is faster than, let's say, I do it behind the back and run out of that speed boost. Do you see the difference between this speed boost and then this speed boost in terms of speed? That's because of Chris Paul hesitation. So speaking of speed boosts and fast speed boosts, next we're gonna go over exactly what you can speed boost out of and which moves are best to speed boost out of. Starting off with number one, yes, you can speed boost out of your aggressive combo. I don't know about for all of them, but at least for the one that I have on, if you just flick up and sprint out of the first cross, you can speed boost out of it. And if you want to wait for 2 bounces, you could go back to the same ball hand and you can sprint out of it that way. Now, you can let this animation play out and even speed boost out of the last animation, like you see 4 crosses and I still speed boost. You can do that. You can do your aggressive size up launch and speed boost out of it. I'll do these moves left and right so you can pay attention to what is what. This is just opposite to the opposite ball hand. This is how you're gonna get this animation. You have your step back, which is just straight down. You can speed boost left and right like this. And then we have the hesitation that I was just talking to you guys about, where you can speed boost out of the same ball hand like so. So you could be at a complete standstill and just speed boost. Now that I show you guys all the things that you can speed boost out of, let's go into just a couple simple combos that you can size up for these speed boosts. First off, let's go from our aggressive combo into our crossover and let's say behind the back. So we're gonna want an aggressive combo, do our aggressive crossover like this, and then we're gonna do our behind the back. Now, keep in mind when I say soft cross, I'm talking about without R2. All right, so first thing first, you're gonna wanna do your aggressive combo and then do your Steph Curry launch that we just went over, like running left and right like this. And then you're gonna do your behind the back. If you do not already know how to do your behind the back, you can do a soft move and instantly behind the back out of it, or you can do, honestly, the aggressive move either. It's all preference. But the way you're going to want to trigger a behind the back this year is by doing a move to the opposite ball hand, then holding R2 and flicking to the opposite direction diagonally down like so. So if I want to behind the back, let's say to my right, I'm going to have to do a crossover and then behind the back diagonally down right after, just like previous 2Ks. I'm pretty sure all you guys should have that down by now. Now, if you want to do a behind the back stationary, this kind of goes into the behind the back spam. All you have to do is hold R2, flick down to the same side ball hand, and then down to the opposite, as if you were to do a soft cross into the behind the back, like so. You can do it the same way by doing holding R2, flicking same ball hand, and then behind the back. So like this. If you do it fast, it should look like this. You can also cancel it and go back and forth like so. I personally don't really spam this behind the back much, but I think it is an unexpected nice move you could do when you're on the wings or something and somebody's jumping at your behind the back. All right, now that we've gone over that, we kind of understand the ins and outs of the behind the back. Back to what I was saying. So I want to do the aggressive cross into the Curry launch into a behind the back. So right stick up, and then you could Curry launch out of it like we talked about. And then you can also instantly behind the back to change the direction. So boom, 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 boom. Now keep in mind with the behind the back, with the Curry cross, you can do it after the whole animation plays out. You can let it play out just a little bit and do the behind the back. You can do it instantly like so, the same way as just like you're doing a soft move. It doesn't really matter. You can do it however you'd like to do it. The next thing I want you guys to get good at is get used to speed boosting in and out of your step back. That's going to be this. Remember, it also does change your ball hand. So if the ball is in your right hand and you flick down, the ball is going to end up in your left. If the ball is in your left hand like this and you flick down, the ball is going to end up in your right. One of the easiest combos you can do with this step back is you can do your cross into a behind the back, and then you can do your step back to get it to the same ball hand. So if I start off by doing cross behind the back to the right, I end up finishing going to the left. The next thing I want you guys to get comfortable with is speed boosting out of this animation right here. This is your step back. Now it does go to the opposite ball hand each time you flick down, but it is still one of the fastest animations. Once you get used to it going to the opposite ball hand, super effective, and you could throw it in and out of your combos like so. One of the reasons that I think this animation is really good is because when you do this aggressive combo that I like throwing into my dribble moves a lot, it kind of pulls you forward. So let's say I start doing my aggressive combo, I do a flick and then start it again. You see I'm all the way at the free throw line. Now, the step back is a perfect way to counter this. So if I'm getting too close to the line, I do the step back and you can run left and right, and you can kind of run at a backwards angle to get yourself back on that 3-point line if you're trying to get a three. The next thing I want you guys to learn is get used to doing this same side speed boost out of your combos. You don't have to do it every single time, but let's say, for example, let's say I do this behind the back and I run out of it regularly. This is what the speed boost looks like. If you are okay with this and just want to do a simple speed boost, that is perfectly fine. But if you want to speed up the speed boost just the slightest, if you guys pay attention to my right stick, flicking towards the same ball hand with R2 being held, and that gives me the fast speed boost where I was talking to you guys with the crisp ball hesitation. So let's say I do this behind the back and I want a fast speed boost out of it. Make sure you guys remember to do that same side speed boost if you want to be as fast as possible. You can also do that out of your basically anything. That applies for anything, not just a behind the back. You can do it for your aggressive, any animation. That's going to be super fast. Now that we've gone over just some basic things you can do, the ins and outs of how to speed boost and little animations you could set up to speed boost like so, as you guys can see with me freestyle dribbling like this, like it's nothing but the simple moves that I showed you. I'm just throwing them together and I'm fluent with it. I cannot tell you exactly what dribble moves to do and what sequence and this is going to work every time, because that's just not true. in NBA 2K in general, dribbling is all about learning a couple moves, learning how to move out of them, and then throwing them together at your own liking. Now, the L2 cancel is just as tricky as it's been in any other year, and it does have to do with a lot of timing. As you guys can see, I'm getting the slow animation. There we go. That's a fast animation. If you get a fast crossover, I do think that the L2 cancel is pretty effective in this year, but you can do it without L2 if you're not being able to figure it out. It's just slightly faster with L2. But for the sake of this video, I will just be telling you guys exactly how to do it and then moving on. I won't be able to spend too much time on exactly how to L2 cancel. So if you guys want a separate video on how to L2 cancel, let me know if you guys don't have it figured out and you need a whole video for it, and I will make a video dedicated to just the L2 cancel. Now, just like any other year, when you're holding your L2, you're gonna make sure you're not holding it for too long, or else you'll get this animation where you just go into the post. And if you're not holding it long enough, you probably just won't even be able to tell the difference, honestly, because you still can get these animations without holding L2. As you guys can see, with no L2, if I do this cross and I cross back, I can get that good animation. It's just slightly faster speed boosting out of that animation if you do the L2 cancel. I am holding L2 before I even start the speed boost animation, because all I'm doing is pointing my left stick to the opposite direction to trigger that speed boost anti that way, and then I already have L2 held and I'm flicking my right stick to do the L2 cancel itself and start moving into the other direction like so. This move is also really good for crabbing, but that is how you L2 cancel left and right. Now, another thing you guys can do with the L2 cancel is you can do a tween instead of a L2. As you guys can see, this between the leg, it's a little bit slower. I personally like the tween because you could even shoot out of the beginning of the animation like so. You see how fast I just stopped? That is another way to quick stop that a lot of you guys don't know how to do. I can make another video directly on that quick stop if you guys would like me to, but it's basically just the tween L2 cancel like this, except I'm just instantly shooting out of it. And when you shoot out of it, it should look like this. You see how fast that stop was? But now that you guys have seen all that, let's get into some of the more situational ways you can use these dribble moves. Let's say you want to start off on the wing, or you're working the PNR from the wing. You can throw this. This is the perfect time to throw in that behind the back cancel that I just showed you guys. So let's say I'm behind the back this way. I can do another one, and 9 times out of 10 in this wing area, that's when it becomes most effective. Because if I do the behind the back and they jump towards the first one, that second one will usually get them off their feet. If you guys are looking at the quick stops at the end of these animations, once again, I could drop a whole tutorial on how to do this faster version of the quick stop, but all I'm doing is the tween L2 cancel. Another thing you should really get used to doing from these wings is get used to using your step back in the wing. I know it looks super awkward, but once again, this is one of the faster speed boosts in the game. So if I'm doing this cross and then step back, for example, aggressive cross to the opposite ball hand and then directly down with the aggressive, it should look like this. This in the wing area, boom, boom, you could do that behind the back, or you could do the cross step back and you could attack the same way. Or if I start off with the ball on my left side and I cross to the right and do it, I could even get into that corner area because fading is back, and fading is really good in NBA 2K25. Another thing you guys can use is your aggressive combo when you get in this area, just to kind of size up. Now, like I said before, I can't tell you guys exactly what moves to do and this will work every time, because dribbling in NBA 2K25, like I said before, and just any 2K, it's all situational. So if we want to just rim run, let's say like this, you can use your aggressive combo, wait till it gets in the same ball hand and attack off that way. Or once you're using that aggressive combo enough, right? Let's say you want to instantly stop and change directions to rim run. Look at this. If you just speed boost a direction and then soft cross the opposite ball end in the middle of the speed boost, you get this animation. Like this soft cross, I'm soft crossing right there to get this animation. This animation also gets a lot of ankle breakers in this game. You have to make sure you're doing it out of a speed boost though. Because let's say I'm just running this way and I do it, I'm just going to get a normal crossover. Sometimes it gets blitzed. Sometimes you just get bumped doing this. It's not really like that effective. But if you are in the middle of a speed boost, let's say out of the aggressive launch, you do this hard crossover, you can instantly beat them to the baseline, however you want to do it. Another really good combo you guys can get together is doing this crossover, soft cross into the hard cross. I think that's a good thing you can add into your dribble moves, which in the way you're going to want to trigger that is doing, like I said, soft cross to the opposite ball hand like so. And then you're going to want to do the hard cross with R2 to the opposite ball hand of that. So also, if you hold R2 through the whole thing, you will get this animation. So that just means you're not letting go of R2 fast enough if you catch yourself getting that animation. But like I said, it's a soft cross to the opposite ball hand, and then you're gonna hold R2 and do the aggressive cross back to the same hand. So boom, 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 boom. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the dribble tutorial. Let me know some things I can improve on, or if I didn't show you enough moves or combo sequences, let me know. If there's any more cancels or animations you've seen other YouTubers posting and it's not clear, let me know that as well, and I will tell you guys how to do that. But I personally just find it hard to make dribble tutorials because it's really just a couple of different moves. Like, I show you guys how to do those moves, and then after that it's all up to you to find your flow with dribbling, your style of dribbling. Hopefully this video helped you guys get the gist of how to speed boost in and out of different things in this game, how to do the little glitchy behind the back spams, even the L2 cancels. Once again, if you need more help on that, just comment down below and let me know. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for today's video. It's your boy FantaSZN, aka Fanta, and if you're OG, you might even know me as Imagine Slaying, and I'm out. Peace.